We are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Car Talk Podcast number 9. Today we're here with a bunch of other YouTubers. Some you may remember, some you may not. So Aaron, you want to go ahead and explain your channel and the cars you got?
Yeah, sure. My name's Aaron. I'm from Vermont. My channel is 802Garage, and right now it's some DIY and a bunch of me getting parts for my project cars, and those projects are a 97 Eclipse GSX and a 1985 MR2 that I'm hopefully going to be swapping an SR20 engine into, which I don't think anyone's done before. And other than that, it'll be more DIY and random car stuff, so check it out.
All right, Zach, you want to talk about what you do?
All right. I paint cars. Basically, people hit me up and like, hey, let me do a car painted, and then I paint it for them and make some side money off of it. And there's not a lot on the YouTube channel. There's like 2 time lapses, and I gotta get on doing more of them. But Instagram's the big ticket item.
All right, Nick, you want to go into your channel and the cars you have?
Yeah, I'm Nick from Nickgt350r YouTube channel. I have a 2013 Subaru BRZ, and I do installs on it. I do reviews on all the parts I install on it, and I just do videos of the car. I've done a few car reviews, but I haven't done one in a long time, which I want to get back into doing, but that's just the basic rundown of what I do.
All right, Jacob, you want to go into what your channel is and the cars you have?
Yeah. My channel is basically about trying to put turbos on things that are never meant to be turboed. I had a 1996 Dakota that I put a turbocharger on and I wrecked it. But right now I've got a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse, naturally aspirated with the 420A. Got a 1997 Volkswagen Golf GTI with the VR6. And then I have a 1988 Ford Mustang that's got pieces strung all over the place at my buddy's house right now.
Okay, so did everybody go?
Yeah, man.
All right, let me get the first topic then.
Yeah, this guy Jacob over here has welded an entire Volkswagen back together with nothing but a Harbor Freight welder.
I cut an entire hole out of the whole strut tower out and rebuild it.
he's like, I'm gonna patch this strut tower, and then he starts to do that, and then the whole thing kind of comes off, and then yep.
My hood was holding strut in, so I went in there. I was like, I'm just gonna fix this rust, and I kept finding more and more, and I was like, well, I guess it's coming out.
I know about that life. N2 my GT says, yo, what's up? Going to bed. Wanted to say hi. So I said, hey, man, good night.
All right. Yeah, because I haven't brought the comments up. I was posting on Instagram about the stream. So that's what I was doing there. Hey, what's up, Matt Rosenthal? And what's up, Joel, if you're still in here? I don't know if you're still in the chat or not. But let's see. All right, now the first topic that's been on the freaking topics list for God knows how long. So what's everybody's thoughts on this? Uber wants to make a flying taxi and have it ready for 2020 World Fair and wants New York City to be the platform for testing. And it will be $1.32 per mile to use it. What's your guys' thoughts on Uber trying to do that?
So what kind of taxi is it?
Uber, a flying taxi.
A flying taxi? That won't happen.
Yep.
It'll probably happen, but I'm not right on it.
I mean,
I don't think it might happen. No, I think it might happen, but it's not going to be as cheap as they think it's going to be.
No, it'll never be cheap. But,
Probably not.
But like
No.
the FAA just like kills things like that, and like I don't know.
We even haven't the flying cars thing straightened out yet. They have them, but they're not ready to be used yet.
Yeah, like if they can't figure out, because I'm assuming that, like, I don't know if it said autonomous or just regular flying cars.
Might as well.
But if they're thinking autonomous, there's no way in hell they can't even get the regular flying car straight.
So I'm doing some research here, and it says Uber's head of aviation talks about its plan for air transport. Just don't call it a flying car. So he does not want you to call it a flying car. Apparently, it's more just like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a flying drone, like drone / hot air balloon you got in, like that could work. But
Yeah, I mean, drones are getting good enough that if you just make a really big one, you know,
You could probably put people in it.
yeah,
like the computer systems are all there to make it happen.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm surprised my friend hasn't joined the chat to ask the question she wanted to ask us. But all right, let's go with
who?
What?
I was just gonna say, but who would actually trust the drone and get in it? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
That's the
right?
whole other part of it. It's not the
Yeah.
fact that they could do it, but who would trust it?
Like, you know, Skynet and shit.
Delusional people.
Yeah, but I mean,
Part of
that's what
Skynet
they
was
said
their
about cars
drones.
when they first came out too. It was
Who's going to trust a motor over a horse?
Okay, so here's another good debate topic: Corvette or Viper?
Oh, jeez.
The
Yeah,
Viper.
Who said Viper?
Are they Viper again?
What'd you say, Jacob?
Are they done making the Viper again? Did they cancel it again, or are they going to bring it out for 2018?
They canceled it for now.
So I thought.
Oh,
I'd
Oh, so
rather
there's no more Viper then.
buy. So
Yeah, no more Viper. But so you picked the Viper, Jacob.
yeah.
What's everybody
So
else pick?
Dodge Demon or Corvette?
I said Dodge Viper or Corvette.
Actually-
I won't do that.
You know what though? That's an interesting one because they're probably about the same price point.
Well,
The
depending on
Viper
which
was-
Corvette you get.
Yeah, if you get the high spec Corvette, because like the Viper was significantly more expensive than the Vet, I think.
Probably. But like another thing is like the Demon. When it comes out for buying, it's gonna be dealer markup so fucking bad to where a Corvette would be cheaper.
Yeah, that's possible
Did they ever
too.
announce the
Like you could
price on
probably
that
get a
thing?
Z06 for cheaper than you could probably get a Demon in the end.
See, I just want to see the new ZR1. So
I know, right? Like they've been taking pieces of the camo off every so often, but it's still camo. So we don't really know. Okay, Matt Rosenthal said Corvette is what he picks, and he also said Viper production ends in August, apparently.
Okay.
August.
Kind of sad to see, but
I'll bring it
I mean,
back.
it'll be back. It'll probably just be like the new NSX, and it'll be a hybrid.
Probably.
Probably.
I seriously wouldn't even
I've
doubt
heard
that.
rumors of that mid-engine Corvette being a hybrid.
You know what would be?
That
You
would
know
be
what would be
different.
hilarious, actually, and probably okay. So even better move than Dodge being like, "Hey, guess what? We have the fastest car, like in a straight line, that any American company's ever produced." What if?
That gets banned from the drag strip, which is its
Yep.
main purpose, though.
Well, that's because of the lack of a cage. But what if the only reason they stopped making the Viper was to retool to make a mid-engine Viper and beat GM to the mid-engine American supercar? I mean, granted, Ford's already done it, but what if Dodge beat GM to it? Because that would just be genius. Everybody's been waiting for a mid-engine Corvette for, what, 50 years? And Dodge does
but
it first?
technically, isn't like where the engine's set in the Viper? Like, isn't it far back enough to be considered mid-engined? But
Technically,
not in
both
the rear?
Technically, both the Viper and the Corvette are front mid-engine, I believe. But they're not
Oh.
mid-engine in the sense of a Ferrari, which is what people want. Even though the Corvette already has like 50-50 weight balance, so really what's the point? But
Yeah,
people
true.
want it behind the driver. So
I just want to do it to do it.
what's that, Jacob?
I just want to do it just to do it. Plus, I think with rear engine cars, I think the transmissions can be a little bit lighter too. Plus,
Yeah, there's some benefits. With the Corvette, you could get rid of that whole torque tube setup they have.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, that would be Dodge's funniest move for a long time.
That would actually be kind of cool, because that'd be actually really cool if they decided to do that. But I don't know, because I mean, we've already seen the Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette testing.
Yeah.
It's out there. Dodge, we don't see any, Viper-looking vehicle roaming around testing.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't know about the part of them beating Chevy to it, but
well, so Dodge. Hold on. So Dodge has Fiat backing, and in Europe, there's like underground test courses and shit. Maybe they're borrowing one of those and having Fiat help them develop it with the Giulia parts, and then.
You
Anyway,
gotta be really thinking into
you've
it,
got a
though.
wild imagination, Aaron.
hey man, if Dodge really wants to be like on the level, they got to do some shit.
I mean, in theory, I mean, it's technically possible, but I mean, that's it would be like really far fetched for them to actually do it. But if they did it, that'd be crazy.
1
Yeah,
second.
that'd be like some real American car war going on here.
I'll be back in like 2 seconds, guys.
What?
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
1, 2.
Did he flip you off?
I don't know if he did or not.
He got his headphones off, I think, but it kind of looked like it for a minute.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah, and what's up, Jordan? If you want to ask us your question, go right ahead, and we will answer it when Mr. Mullet gets back.
He's gonna watch this
Technically,
later.
that's his last name on Facebook, so.
Having an issue with lag.
Anybody else have what?
He said issues with lag, I think.
Issue with lag. I'm getting like all kinds of feedback, and yeah, like I can't.
Occasionally, but not like 24/7.
There we go.
Yeah, can you hear us now, Zach?
Got a lot better.
Oh, shots fired from Matt Rosenthal.
Mr. Emo.
I don't know if you guys are looking at the comments, but he said Mr. Emo.
No, I am. I have it on my computer so I can see it too.
We'll have to tell Aaron that one when he gets back.
He'll probably see it.
He probably will. What's up, A&A Photography / Videography, and you really need a shorter name. Good Lord. And he said no lag. I think it was just on Zach's end, not the stream end. But A&A, I got a question for you. We were just talking about Corvette or Viper. Which one do you think is better, assuming you're still in the comments? I know Matt already picked Corvette, and I don't know if I said what I picked, but I picked Corvette. Obviously.
I don't know if it was the case with the new ones, but I know with the old ones, the Viper was more of like a really raw driver's car. Corvette was the same.
Yeah.
That was I don't know if one of the Top Gear guys has said that like the car scared him to the point where he didn't want to drive it anymore or something.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
Jeremy
like the
said that.
Viper is like a totally different animal than the Corvette, though. Why do you think they call it the Viper?
Yeah.
I mean, like for the didn't the first couple generations have like no traction control, no stability
Oh, they had no
control,
nothing. There was
What, the
nothing
no
Viper?
on.
assists? You fuck up and you're fucked.
That's why you can't find the old ones anymore. Everybody wrecked them.
Yeah, true. I do know one person with one though, but
What's that? The early Vipers?
Yeah, the old
I
ones.
forget which generation his is though, but JR Garage's Viper, isn't that like the second generation one?
Something like that. It's like the.
It was like a
I know it's
facelift.
not the first generation because the first generation I think looks kind of weird.
I mean, to
But-
be fair, the Viper was pretty much the same from when it came out until like they killed it, and then when they brought it back, it was a truly different car.
Yeah.
I mean, even then it was its commonalities, but like I think mostly what they did over time was just like engine tuning, different suspension, but like the
Different
original.
interior. They
Yeah,
did do different interior also.
The original Viper was still just like all horsepower and no electronic nannies until the new gen, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And A&A in the comments says he picked Vet all the way, but the V10 sounds so good though. But the question
Yeah.
from my friend Jordan is, what exactly is the difference in a turbocharger and a supercharger? I know they both charge the air in the intake by compressing it, but what exactly is the difference?
Well, turbo is exhaust driven and supercharged is based off of a pulley, based off the engine RPM.
Turbo is spooled off the exhaust.
Yeah, turbos do a little bit better and higher RPMs, whereas the supercharger spools up a little bit quicker, but you're limited by the size of the pulley.
Yeah, I mean, Basically, everybody covered it too. But yeah, it's one, you have to have extra exhaust tubing that actually goes to a turbine and spins it, and that the turbine on the other side is what compresses air. In a supercharger, it's usually driven by a pulley, which actually spins. There's different types of superchargers, but it turns some turbines which compress the air. So yeah, one directly correlates to engine RPM, and the other one correlates to exhaust pressure, which is slightly different. So.
Okay, I got another question that kind of ties into that too. As we all know, there's turbochargers, superchargers, and also prochargers. So where does the procharger fit in?
Well, there's centrifugal superchargers, which are the procharger is a brand that makes centrifugal superchargers, because my BRZ has a centrifugal supercharger on it, but it's not a procharger. It's the Rotrex unit. So I mean, when people say procharger, they're talking about a brand that makes centrifugal superchargers. So when you have a regular supercharger that's like a root style with twin screws in it, or if it's just a root style,
it's probably just because it's easier to remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's why people say it, because it's a brand name that's associated with a product. If that makes sense. But centrifugal is basically like a belt-driven turbo, and then if you have a root style, it's basically one of the older style ones that sit on top of the motor.
Yeah. So like a centrifugal one has like a traditional turbine, like a turbo that sucks in the air, whereas a root style has actual like screws that are meshed together, which compress air. It's different systems, same function.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Typically, the really big superchargers are going to be the roots, the twin screws, like the big ones that make huge whining noises that sit on top of engines.
Yeah. Like the ones you see in like the drag racers with the big intakes on the top of them.
Yeah.
That's going to be your giant root style ones.
Yeah,
kind of like the ones that you find in regular stock vehicles.
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever seen a vehicle come stock with a centrifugal supercharger.
No, the other one, the ones that goes on the top, the bolt ones.
Yeah, the root style is what.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like if you look at a Hellcat or a GT500 or like a ZL1, they all come with root styles, and then, like I've never seen a factory car come with a centrifugal.
Yeah, I don't think they ever will. Kind of like they don't really put turbochargers on many cars from the factory either.
Well, that's not true at all, Jay.
Not true anymore.
You just a domestic. Many. No, you're just way off on that one. Like,
wait, what did he say? I don't think I heard it.
That factory cars don't come with turbos that often.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays it's extremely popular to have small engines with the turbocharger. I mean, especially if you look at Europe or any other country, but even in the USA, I mean,
like, even in the US, there's like economy cars.
Yeah, because the whole thing is if you put a small turbo on a small engine, you can get better fuel economy than a slightly larger engine or a smaller engine without a turbo. So
good point. I was kind of thinking in like muscle car terms. I think that's why I kind of fucked up a little bit there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. They don't put a lot of performance turbos on factory cars, which is kind of true.
Yeah, that's probably what I should have said.
Yeah, they're more on econobox anymore for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for like the EcoBoost Mustangs and stuff like that, they have turbos too.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is like the whole point of it being called EcoBoost is that it's about fuel economy and boost. So it's like fuel economy / performance. They're trying to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Even though new Ford GT, they only got one.
What'd you say, Jacob? Your thing cuts out whenever somebody else is talking. I think your internet sucks.
Yeah. I'm surprised mine's not sucking. My internet usually sucks.
Yeah. So what'd you say, Jacob?
I know the turbo Mustangs can be tuned pretty easily to outrun the 5.0s. I think it's the other part of the reason it's a marketing. Everybody goes for the V8 car instead of the cheaper Ford banger car.
I've heard they're pretty fun.
Yeah. I have a friend that has one. But
the EcoMoose?
Yeah, he has I forget what year. I think it might be a 2015, 2016 EcoBoost Mustang. Something like that. I don't think he's done that much to it either, but
well, actually, I was just gonna say I still don't own a turbo car, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I have the Eclipse GSX. That thing makes awesome noises. I'm pretty psyched to get it back up and running. That's kind of the classic squirrely turbo flutter.
Okay, what do you guys think is? I'm trying to think on how to phrase it. Like, what do you think which car do you guys think has the best sounding turbo in it from the factory?
Best sounding turbo from the factory. I mean, if you're talking to like actual turbo spool, then like diesels just win. But the best sounding turbo car from the factory, I'm gonna have to go with like a Subaru.
SRT4, those things are nasty loud.
Yeah, SRT4s have good. Well, SRT4 is a lot of like crackle and popping exhaust, is what they have.
Which one are we talking about? Like the
neon SRT4, not the caliber.
yeah. Well, come on, those things have been dead for what, 15 years now, guys? Come on.
Yeah,
I have a friend with one.
they're all over my area. There's tons of them in my area.
A lot of those have blown up though, haven't they?
A lot of them. Well, my buddies is blown up.
There you go.
Hey, my buddies has been blown
I
up
know
for over a year.
My one friend is working on his. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but I don't think it's blown up yet.
Oh no, my buddies is blown up.
Those SRT4s aren't bad, but they're made of glass. Motors
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, you gotta build them. But when they work right, they're good cars.
The new isn't the new Maserati with the V6 from Ferrari turbo? Or
I don't know. Is
sorry,
that?
not the. I'm thinking of that new Alpha.
The Alpha Giulia. Yeah.
Isn't that turbo?
There's a
That thing
four-cylinder.
sounds. If it is either way, that thing sounds pretty mean.
They have a four-cylinder turbo and they have a twin turbo six-cylinder.
Yeah, the twin turbo 6 sounds pretty legit.
Yeah, they're.
Is Zach still
yeah.
here? Because all I'm seeing is his
Yeah,
picture, and I haven't heard
it's
anything
like
from him.
hard to even make out a lot of what you guys are saying. Like I'm getting like such bits of it here and there.
Probably bad connection.
Probably,
Yeah, interesting.
maybe. I don't know, because I can hear everybody pretty well fine, except Jacob sometimes. But
Probably because I'm on the phone.
well, I'm on a phone. Zach's on a
Yeah.
phone. Nick's
I'm
on
on
a
a phone.
phone.
Oh, mine's an HTC. That's probably why.
Well, probably. That is probably why. Alright, if you... Motherfucker. Guys, start up a topic real quick. I gotta fix the computer.
Oh god.
Again.
Well, what are some other good sounding factory turbo cars? There's always like the GTR, but I think that thing's pretty tame from the factory. You can't really hear
they're
it.
actually pretty quiet from the factory.
Mm.
You know
Hey
what car
guys, is the
surprised?
stream still running?
Should be.
Because
Yeah,
the
it's still live on
computer
my
had
computer.
An issue, and okay, there we go. There it is. At
Also,
first, it didn't show that I had the thing here for me to join the computer back on it, but it showed up this time, so I'm good.
the new Raptors twin turbo, eh?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
That thing probably sounds pretty good.
it doesn't
I've never
sound
heard.
that bad, actually.
I saw one yesterday, but I didn't get to hear it.
What was it on eco mode?
No, it was parked at a meet. We had a big car meet around here.
Okay.
So it looked really sick though.
Hey, A&A, we got to get you in one of these for once, but half the time either you don't answer me or you say you can join and then you don't join. So, alrighty then, Nick.
Yeah, I try not to question that.
Yeah. I just want to make sure the stream is 100% working here.
Dang, A&A's got 10K subscribers almost. Good for him.
Yeah,
Really?
he's pretty up there. Says he's super busy all the time. Yeah, that's
Wow.
understandable.
Cool.
I wish I was
See, look,
busy a lot.
F1 Pro Charged Mustang GT. Hellion twin turbo S550. He gets access to the cool cars.
Mhm.
Sheesh. Lucky.
Yeah. Man, I own like 4 cars, and my collective horsepower is still like less than like one of your guests with a Camaro, JA.
Wait, less than what?
Like I said, I own like 4 cars, and all the collective horsepower is like less than one of your guests with the Camaro. Actually, let me think here. I own like 6 cars. It's still less than the Camaro.
Hold up. My friend that joins that has the Camaro, his is 1,000 horsepower. So
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, true. Well, what are they, like 170 a piece or something?
Let me think. My 93 is a whole whopping 110. The Eclipse GSX is 242, I want to say, on a good day when it was running. Both of the SR20 cars, one's 140 and one's 145, and then the MR2 as it sits is only 112, but the engine doesn't run.
Is the MR2 supposed to have that little of horsepower, or no?
Oh yeah, the original is just a 4AGE 1.6 liter Toyota engine. And people love them because they sound amazing and they rev like really well. But stock, they were very not powerful, but it was a light car.
Like if they would have put a more powerful engine in that MR2, it probably would have been a lot better of a car.
I mean, they did. So like 88 or something like that, they came out with the supercharged model, and that had 145 or 148.
That's
and
only
then
145 though.
And then the second gen, the base motor was like 133, and the turbo motor was like 180 or something like that, or maybe even 200 something. So they stepped it up quite a bit, like towards the 90s, and then with the Spider, but
yeah.
But hopefully, mine's going to be 145 if I swap the SR20 into it, and then if I turbo it down the road, we'll shoot for over 200.
You'll be able to get a lot of good aftermarket parts with that SR20.
Yeah, that's the plan. I can buy a cast turbo manifold for that for like $50.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And they last better than the tube ones because those always have shitty welds. So
you're going to enjoy that snap oversteer, though. Hang on to it.
the first gen isn't as bad. And I also ordered some sway bars for it. Well, one sway bar. I'm going to order a second one so that I can tune that out. But
how comes the parts are so cheap for that car? Was it because not many people like because of its value, or what?
What's that, Jay?
Hold up. I said, like, why is the parts so cheap for that car? Like, is there a reason so cheap?
Oh, for the SR20 engine or for the MR2?
Well, which one did you say the parts were cheap for? The engine you're going to put in it or the one that's in it?
Yeah, he was saying the one that I'm going to put in it. It's because the SR20 had the DET version in Japan, so there's all sorts of turbo parts that are made for it, and they're basically the same engine. So the big difference is like some minor internal stuff and obviously being turbo. But so there's just a lot of aftermarket support for it because it was real popular, especially in Japan. So.
Those are real popular.
Dallas to see what his ETA was, and he says, no clue because he's laying down with his son waiting for him to go to sleep. So he may be joining, he may not be. Okay, so I know since a couple of you are new and haven't really been asked this topic, Aaron, I know you were because you were in the last live stream, but you can answer it again anyway.
Now shut up for a bit.
Funny. Okay, what's everybody's 2 dream cars? You can only pick 2 in the world. What would it do if not affordable? Did I just go first?
I guess so, yeah. I thought it froze up for a second.
Since everybody's like dumbfounded on the question.
So wait, did you say it was 2 cars or 1?
Like you pick 2 that is for like 2 that you'd be able to afford, most likely be able to afford in your lifetime, and then 2 that you most likely will never be able to afford unless you win the fucking lottery by a millionth of a chance. All right, so I'll go first since I already basically know what mine are. Affordable, I'd probably say, I know C6 Z06 or maybe even like a C5 Z06. Maybe a C7 if the prices drop a little bit in the future, but I doubt it.
Oh, they will. I mean, once they do the mid-engine
I don't know,
thing,
like if Chevy goes to like making only the mid-engine cars, the C7s are probably going to go up in value because they're the last of the front-engine cars.
Nah. Apparently, though, the Corvettes, somebody was telling me that the Corvettes are actually selling under MSRP because they can't sell as many as they've made. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've actually dropped in value
Didn't
a lot
Rob
since they
Freddie
came out.
tell us that in the last live stream, Aaron?
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. I was thinking it was
Yeah, it was
Eric
Rob.
I was thinking it was Eric from Rev Match, but yeah, Rob was saying that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you can get him actually for a significant markdown right now.
Yeah, like the reason I picked mostly the C6 Z06 is because they're what, 30 grand now?
Yeah, you can
Low
get them pretty
20s.
reasonably.
I mean, high 20s, low 30s for a Z06 with an LS7 with 505 horsepower. That's
man.
pretty damn good for 30 grand.
No doubt.
Like, that's kind of why I picked that. Like, yeah, I'd love a C7. The interior is much better, but and they're faster, but they're not as affordable. Now, for my second one, I'm kind of in between a 4th gen Camaro Z28 or an S197 Mustang. It'd be one of the two. And then my unaffordable dream cars, dream cars. Koenigsegg R is definitely one of them. Trying to think. The other one, like if we're talking like unobtainable, I don't know. Koenigsegg's definitely one. I don't know, maybe a Lamborghini of some sort.
All right.
Not bad.
I don't know. I don't know which one to pick because I mean they all look nice to me. I mean,
Yeah,
so who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
Well, for the affordable ones, obviously I would want a GT350R. You already knew that was coming. And that's the name of the channel. I would get one of those, or I would do a Porsche Cayman. Just because it's like a good handling car. I like cars that handle really well, so I would either get a GT350R or a Porsche Cayman. And then for the ones that aren't affordable, I would probably get a McLaren P1 or a Hennessy Venom GT.
Nice picks. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Oh. You go.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, who's going?
I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to go. I think affordable, I think like the 2013 GT500.
Okay, that's a good pick.
And then turbo Porsche 911.
Nice.
Like the air cooled one.
What about your two unaffordable ones?
Unaffordable. I've always loved the 55 Chevy Bel Air. And play. Because that's.
Oh wow, that's different.
Yeah, that's like a different like way to go because like mine and I think Nick, you had really
But they were both
too.
yeah, they were both over $1 million in the
Yeah.
in the unaffordable ones.
Yeah, like I didn't think he was gonna pick something like that because I mean you could probably find them, but restoring them would take a pretty penny. Though.
Yeah, getting the
But,
parts.
yeah,
and-
Even just the prices of like the 55 Chevys are going up.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Old muscle cars like up in price also.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting up there.
They're probably like a couple $100,000, right?
It depends on what you get and what condition it's in.
Yeah, the rare ones, like, that have special names, like, they came with the elephant motor and Dodge, and, like, anything that they only made, like, a few thousand of, and there's only, like, 20 left, like, those are worth big bucks.
Yeah, those are going to be definitely.
If it's a base model 70s Challenger, nobody really cares. They're still worth, like, 50 grand fully restored, but they're not, the unicorns.
They're not going to pull in the money like something that's rare would.
Right.
True. All right, Jacob, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, for the affordable ones, I wouldn't pick anything like stock from factory, but big single turbo like 2JZ swapped 240SX to S13. And then like an attainable one would be a 2J swap Dakota, similar to my old one I had. And then
That works.
yeah, for like the unattainable, Lamborghini Countach.
Countach.
Countach?
Countach, buddy. Countach.
Like every other American does. McLaren F1, the one with the driver's seat right in the center of the cabin.
Good choice. Good choice.
I just want to drive one of those. It's got to be like the weirdest experience ever, like you're in a go-kart or something.
Yeah, I mean, that'd definitely be different. Oh.
So for me, the affordable ones are still probably an Acura NSX, and even though you can't quite get them yet or for a while, I could make one on my own for probably cheaper anyways. That's actually been one of my plans for a long time. I just don't have the money. But I'd like 2001 STI, the last version of the GC chassis Impreza that they made in Japan with the turbo.
Okay.
I just love the GC chassis, and the STI and the EJ20 was a really reliable power plant. And then, so I'm going to cheat a little bit because for the unaffordable, that just reminded me, obviously, a Subaru Impreza 22B, which is just the better version of what I was just talking about. And then going a little more obscure, the Lancia Stratos, the rally car from Lancia, that would be phenomenal. And then I had one other one that I just totally forgot, but that was my original mention before I thought of the 22B. So I guess that's two. If I think of it in a second, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
They're nice picks.
Yeah.
They're different.
Yeah,
was my-
a lot different than everybody else's.
I mean, the 22B
Oh, yeah.
is anywhere from 100 to 500K, and you can't import them until, let me think, 2024?
Yeah, they're 98, correct?
99, well, yeah, 99 model year, I thought. Or is it 98 model year? I
Okay.
don't remember. I research them all the
Something like
time
that.
and then forget all the details. But
Yeah.
yeah, they only made whatever it is, like 445 of them or some shit, like because they made 400 and
Yeah,
some
it's
for
under
Japan
it's
and
under
15
500
for
cars.
England. Yeah, yeah. If they're in perfect shape with low miles, they're worth like a few $100,000. If they're in crap shape, then they're worth like less than 100. But
True.
the Subaru Unicorn.
Crazy much.
All right, so what's everybody's thoughts on belt not bought?
Hell yeah.
I don't know. The only thing that gets me about the whole built not bought thing is you obviously had to pay for the parts to build it. So I mean, like, it seems like a little bit of oxymoron to me. But I mean, like, if you actually take a car that is like bone stock and you make it fast versus buying a fast car, I actually appreciate that a lot more than when someone takes just a fast car and like just drives it. So I mean, to build up the car in a way is more respectable in my book than to buy something and just drive it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that argument before because it's like, well, you didn't build the engine block and you didn't build the suspension components. It's like, well, yeah, but like, how far back do you want to go here? Because like, you have to go with the realm of what's possible for an individual, because obviously you can't buy a smelting plant or a forging.
Yeah, and totally like built. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so I mean, sure, you can fab parts and like welding, and you can do some CNC work and stuff like that. But so to me, it's like, as long as you put the parts on the car yourself and probably had to do some fab somewhere along the line, you can definitely call it built, not bought. But obviously, like, a cold air intake doesn't qualify.
Oh no, yeah.
Honestly, in my opinion, if you think about it, there's no real, like, which one, because technically you bought the car either way. Yes, I'm being a smartass about it.
Well, what if
But-
somebody gave you the car, JA?
Oh, there you go.
So what if somebody gave it to you?
Okay.
Jacob, what were you going to say?
Oh, as far as like the not bought,
Yeah.
I would rather see something that somebody's built and assembled by hand and modified, because there's a lot of work that goes into modifying a car than just plugging parts in, especially if you rebuild the whole engine, for example. There's all kinds of problems you run into, and I can appreciate a car that's been, had all that done by somebody in their garage versus something that somebody just went and bought off a lot, or something they bought already done by somebody else or they paid a shop to.
Yeah, it's kind of how I'm kind of on that same page with respecting a built car that someone actually did themselves rather than buying something off a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if you
And I typed in the comments, I meant to say everyone asked questions for us, but I put everyone questions for us. Whoops. I kind of forgot a word. Well, now you guys know what I meant. Whoops. Okay, let's see. Have you guys seen the photos of a new Camaro roaming around with camouflage on them?
No, I might actually look it up though.
no.
But yeah, I'm
What
like,
is it like the
some
20?
people think, what?
Would it be like the 2019?
I don't know, like, what I'm wondering is, like, is it a refresh? Like,
Oh well, yeah.
facelift
So they're gonna
Camaro?
make a
Because
new
the
Camaro.
sales of the... Aaron,
Sorry,
can I finish?
I was just gonna say they're making a new Camaro based on the Giulia.
Are
That's
they
what I
really?
heard. Because it's a lighter, stiffer platform or whatever, but they're just gonna American muscle the shit out of it. That might be BS. I'll do some
yeah.
research, but that's what I heard.
How did they get?
I actually haven't heard that one. But,
What
like,
is-
what I think they might be doing is because, like,
Or no, not the
a lot
Giulia.
of
Give
the
me a second.
Camaro sales haven't been as good as they could be. So I'm thinking it's either maybe a refresh of the Camaro, like a facelift or whatever.
I totally
Or-
lied, by the way. It's the new Challenger that's going to be based on the Giulia. I was thinking Dodge again. So give me a sec. I'll research.
That
I
makes
was
more
about
sense
to say
now.
that doesn't make much
Sorry.
sense because
My
Chevy-
brain exploded.
Back to what I was saying was I'm thinking it's either a refresh for the Camaro or possibly they're testing a Z28 because we still haven't got the 6th gen Z28 yet.
I think it would probably lean more towards the Z28 because the 6th gen hasn't really been out that long, has it? I don't think it's been out that long.
I
I'm
think.
trying to remember what year they started that with. I think it was like 2015 they did 6th gen, didn't they?
So I mean, that's still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but their sales aren't doing very well from what I heard.
Really?
Like they're not doing as well as like the Mustang and the I don't know.
Yeah, well, the
that's just-
Mustang's a more recent design still.
Dan, it looks a lot like the 5th gen Camaro.
Yeah, it kind of does.
So it's kind of
But like one thing I kind of like, I don't really like the front end of the new Camaro, the 6th gen, as much. Like honestly, in my like one thing I didn't like about the 5th gen was the tail lights. They just didn't make sense.
but
Four
they
little fucking
changed the
squares.
taillights a couple of times.
Did they change the taillights to being similar to the 6th gen with the 5th gens?
Yeah, because they started out as it was like the 4 like half moon kind of things that were upside down.
Yeah, because I
And
know
then-
Nick's
then they
2013
switched it to
ZL1
the
has the
squares.
4 tiny ones.
Beside each other.
Yeah, because I know 2013s they still had the little square thingies, like 4 squares.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
they-
didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually saw a 2014 ZL1, but it had the tail lights of the 6th gen and the front end of the 5th gen, and I'm like, did it come that way, or did he somehow change the tail lights? Because
Probably changed it. Yeah, so what I was thinking of is me and my friends were just talking the other day about how the Camaro is underpinned by the same platform as the ATS V. So like they were talking about how the ATS V is just like a different Camaro with a different engine kind of thing. And then I was just thinking about us talking about Dodge and yeah, the Giulia underpinning.
and a
But
fugglier look. Like I don't really like the look of the ATS and CTS V. And just
I really like the CTS V, at least the last gen. The ATS V is pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the way the current Camaro looks. It definitely looks mean and cool, but I don't know.
And I'm on the fence about it too. But I think a lot of it's like the pedestrian safety standards kind of made them look awkward too. Like everything else does. Like the front ends are getting flatter and taller, and they're just looking
They
weird.
decided having a spear point on the front of the car probably wasn't the best.
Yeah.
wait, which car had a spear point?
The Camaro. Haven't you ever looked at the top-down profile of one of the newer Camaros, man? They like just form a point right at the front.
Oh, like the
a
5th
boat.
gen ones? Or are you still talking
Yeah.
6th?
No, that's what he's saying is they've gotten flatter and look a little more weird. And I was saying they decided the spear point wasn't a good way to go.
Yeah, because I kind of like the front end of like the 5th gen ZL1.
Yeah.
But I like the rear end of the 6th gen more than the 5th gen's rear end. so I mean, I'd take the front end of a 5th gen and the rear end of a 6th gen. But that's just my opinion. But I don't know.
I'm sure somebody's mixed them together on one of their cars at one point, done some custom things.
Yeah, I know there's this one other YouTuber. What was it? Speed Demon 717, I think is what his name was.
Street Speed?
No, Speed Demon 717. He's got a black Camaro that has like a blue lightning wrap, not ripe. Jesus Christ. Hold up. Actually, I'll bring it up on the iPad real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about.
Well, I looked it up. It looks like it's a real thing.
What's that?
What, the channel?
It's the Speed Demon 7. No, I looked up Speed Demon 717 and Street Speed came up.
That's what I thought he talked about at first.
Like not a single video from the other one came up.
No, Street Speed's super popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I forgot
Look. Okay, so here is the back end of his ZL1.
Okay.
See how it looks similar to like the 6th gen's ass end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I'd go back and get the front end, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the 5th gen ZL1, which it is a 5th gen ZL1, but it has the similar. I kind of like that because I like the taillights from the. And anybody that's wondering, that's the Instagram I'm talking about. Free shout out for him.
Oh,
I'll have to be like,
okay.
Speed Demon 717, the Instagram.
I told you. But I think that's his channel too, is the name of it. Speed Demon 717 also, I think.
I don't know. I kind of hate the Instagram. I only have it for the followers.
Yeah.
I haven't
It seems
touched
to work better for me. Twitter just gets on my nerves and
Hashtag sellout. Oh god, my Twitter has like 7 followers despite me posting stuff on there. Twitter's worthless for my channel.
Yeah, Twitter's worthless.
I don't even have one for mine. Yeah, I don't even have a Twitter.
I forgot what my other dream car was, and I almost bought it the other day. It was a '92. It was a '92 Ford Festiva with the 5-speed manual, 1.3 liter. There was one around for only $600, and I wanted it, but he sold it before I had time to go over and look at it.
Damn.
wow.
It was red. It was pretty. He was like, it's got a little bit of rust, and there was like one quarter panel that had like some surface rust. I was like, this is like a brand new car for New England.
They explain like 7.
Yeah, I found the channel. There's no space in between Speed and Demon. Like I searched it and it didn't show up, but
Yeah, that's what I did
I
too.
looked in my sub box and there it is.
Well, there's no spaces at all.
Yeah, see?
All right, let's see if
Weird.
it comes up now. I see
Blah
it now.
blah 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 blah. Maybe you don't realize.
Yo, we did
that.
get a question from William Gannon that says, any car scenes you like that are kind of rice and stupid but look cool, like Boso Zoku, or I'm thinking he's probably thinking like Stance Nation. I don't know. Any of those you guys can think of?
I
It's
don't
always
know.
like-
I'm not like a big fan of like cars that their wheels are like.
Are you sure? You don't like going over bumps with your rims, dude?
No.
You know, like not rubber band tires.
Like I'm not trying to insult him if that's his like style or whatever. Just my personal preference. Is,
Oh no, he's just asking if we like any of them. He even said they're kind of rice and stupid.
Okay. But yeah,
I
I
like
think they're just like I don't get why this using half of your fucking tire is cool. Like
Because
you're only
somebody
getting half
famous
tread
made
length.
it cool, and now everybody thinks it's cool. I don't know. Jacob, what
I
were
don't
you
think
saying?
it's cool. I think it's dumb.
I don't like the stance cars, but those Bozo Zoku cars are kind of cool just to look at. I wouldn't want to be in one driving around in one, but they look pretty cool. Weird body kits, the crazy exhaust and stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of with that. I like the big duckbill spoiler and like a big exhaust that shoots up in the air. I think that's hilarious.
I just thought of something to say about like the stance stuff. If you want to see a stanced Miata, go over to Super Speeders Rob.
Oh yeah. Did you guys all see that? The car was literally falling apart because the suspension had been ground off and the oil pan was about to wear through. Like, holy crap.
I don't know. My favorite part was the hockey pucks.
Yeah.
The hockey pucks
Hockey
was my
pucks are
favorite
pretty
part.
popular for an engine mount. They
Oh,
work
yeah.
fine.
The hockey pucks
Yeah.
work.
You know what I also
What do you
kind of
wait
like,
for?
which isn't as popular anymore, is the VIP look. That was like mid 2000s, but like just like super clean kind of sleepery cars, but then like the stretch tires and a little bit lower. Like I don't mind the way stretch tires look. Obviously, I wouldn't want them for like the performance and safety factor. But like in terms of looks, I kind of like the VIP cars, like big wheels, stretch tires, low down, sleeper, tinted windows. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
you
like
just mentioned sleepers. So let's bring up another topic. What do you guys think is some of the best factory production sleeper cars?
The Chevy SS. Looks like
Buick Regal GS.
I'm gonna go with Taurus SHO is definitely one.
Yeah, I'll throw in the Legacy GT. I think is a great sleeper,
Absolutely.
especially even like the Outback XT. I mean, they're like 250 horsepower cars that like look like family sedans or wagons. And even if you go with like the 3.6R Legacy, that's like 280 horse, 300 torque. Like, you know what I mean? That's pretty funny. And then the Mazda, what is it? Mazda Speed 6 GT was the other one I talked to you about. The mid 2000s, they had one that was all-wheel drive, 6-speed manual turbo, like 276 horse. I know we talked about that once on here. That was a pretty unknown sleeper.
I know there's another sleeper that I was thinking about saying, but now I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Mm.
the Ford Lightning would make a good
anybody
sleeper.
else got any sleepers?
I don't know. Did they ever make those without a paint scheme that screamed like "I'm American as hell" and my truck is fast?
I don't think. Well, they were like red, white, blue, gray, and black. I think
Wait, which
Yeah,
car are you
I've
talking
seen
about?
one in
the Lightning,
The
the Ford Lightning.
Oh, the Ford Lightning. Yeah, that's a pretty.
the only
decent
ones I've
one.
seen have been like yellow and like bright red or something like that.
I've seen plain red ones and plain blue ones. The only way to point them out is the exhaust and the badging on them. They got the side.
Okay,
X.
maybe I'm thinking of something different then. But
The owners probably make them look wild and crazy too.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Probably the Chrysler 300s that came with like the SRT package. I mean, because those
Yeah.
look pretty stately, but they're what 400 horse or something.
The 420. I actually did a review of one of those on my channel. It was 425 horsepower for one of those stock.
Shit.
Looks
Okay,
like
I
That
got
thing
another
pulled
one.
really nice
How
too.
about the
Charger Hellcat.
well, I don't know about Charger Hellcat because everybody knows of them as Hellcats. Or like the Chargers are still fast
the
cars.
Challenger, but the Charger's the 4-door.
I was thinking more lying on the lines of like those Jeep. What was they? Trailhawks.
Oh, the
or
SRT
something like
Jeeps?
that have the Hellcat engine
Yeah.
in them. Those would be more of a sleeper than the
Well,
Charger
those are
because
coming out.
anybody that sees a Charger is going to be like, "Oh yeah, it's probably fast. It's a Charger." But if you see like,
Unless it's the V6.
huh?
Yeah, they're not fast.
Oh, the V6. So fast, bro.
Yeah, but still, I mean, a Charger is not as likely to be seen as a sleeper as like one of the Hellcat Jeeps. As
So
long as you don't
William
see the
Gannon
Hellcat
says
badge.
William Gannon says BMW 7 Series are pretty quick sleepers. I don't know if a BMW can ever really be a sleeper though, because like they have such a brand prestige, even though it's kind of BS for half of their cars. But like if one's fast, you're not surprised.
Yeah,
That's very true.
I know one is like if you ever find a fast Volkswagen.
The
Well, I mean,
VR6.
the GTIs are quick. Golf R is fast. You know,
The Golf R's are pretty quick, also.
I mean, yeah, they're like insanely quick, but yeah.
My VR6 gets people all the time, especially because it sounds so crazy.
Yeah, we were just talking about that today, me and some of my car friends. Like, why does the VR6 sound so good? Although, to be fair, the old i5s used to sound really good, too.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any other sleepers or no?
In a way,
What's
the old
it-
Sentra NCR was kind of a sleeper because it just looked like a little Econo box. But it was, I mean, it was only 140 horse, but they were, what, like 2,400 pounds maybe. Had, like, limited slip diff, good suspension, like specifically up till 94. They had like really tuned suspension, and they were quite a little road rocket.
The Nissan Maxima with the 5-speed and the V6 is pretty quick too.
Well, yeah, you can get a Nissan Altima or Maxima with the same engine that's in a friggin' 370Z. So,
Yeah.
like
I didn't know
VQ35. Yeah, they come with the VQ35, so it's like, I mean, granted, they're front-wheel drive, but
I mean, they're still pretty. That could be pretty quick cars.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, I got another topic for us. What is some of the best movies about cars
Cars.
that have anything to do with cars?
Cars Disney.
Oh, very
Cars,
funny.
Disney. Any of the Fast and Furious before the second one. So the first one.
Well, I mean,
That's very
actually,
specific.
Tokyo Drift wasn't that bad either, because
Nah, Tokyo Drift was kind of cool.
like the thing
I
I
like
like
that one.
about Tokyo Drift is there's no like undercover cop situation or. I mean,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not
that was
bashing
basically
the
just
first
all
movie.
driving for the
first
most
movie
part.
Was still good. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
but the
like,
Tokyo Drift was just good because of the cars they had in it. Even if some of them were fake and stuff, because they always do. Like, at least it still showed the cool Japanese
yeah, like
cars.
it was more focusing on the street racing only and like the stuff like that. Like, Too Fast, Too Furious wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but it was kind of
They were
bad.
still, working with the cop, but you could, I don't know.
Yeah, and then number like 4 was just like freaking weird. Number 5 was even
Kind of
weirder.
understandable.
And then number
why
6
they
was
were,
dumb.
because he got caught. But like, I don't know.
And then number 7 was even dumber. And then number 8 was literally just dumb.
Like if you
I didn't
want
even
a
watch
good
the eighth
action
one yet.
movie, then yeah,
I haven't
now
seen it
like
Fast
just
and
the
Furious
Cuban
is
race.
go in that category.
I've heard the Cuban Race is good. I haven't actually seen the new movie,
It's
but the
trash.
previews
Cuban Race is
completely
not
turned
good.
me up. Oh,
Oh, back to the sleepers thing. William
The
Gannon
Cuban-
says Crown Vics are good sleepers.
yeah.
Yeah,
They sound
kinda.
good. They sound good. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
and
the
the
two
good
about
thing
four,
is that
6.
everybody's gonna think you're a fucking cop if it's black and not some bright ass color.
Bro, how can we talk sleepers if we haven't talked about VTech?
Uh-oh.
Oh my! Here we go.
Because like when that VTech kicks in, people be sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sleeping and how slow they are.
No, like sleeping at the light, bro. It's fine. All right. Anyway,
Okay, I think 2 movies that William says is The Transporter and Initial D.
Initial D's pretty cool. That anime series.
I never heard of that one. I've heard of The Transporter, but I never really watched them.
you guys seen the brand new movie that's coming out where the kid drives like an 04 WR or like an 04 STI?
Baby Driver. Baby Driver. I want to
was
see
like,
that.
man, that's a
Apparently,
random car to pick.
apparently that got like really good reviews too, and it's coming out
Hey,
soon, I
I'm kind
think.
of looking forward to that movie. That's actually a movie I'm looking forward to seeing. I think it looks
Oh,
cool.
absolutely.
Yeah, I want to see it.
They either have a demon or a Hellcat in it also. Because I saw a Challenger in there.
It's had some kind of Challenger in it.
I don't know if it's a fucking demon or a Hellcat or...
I just thought it was really weird that the feature car is an STI and they couldn't get like sponsorship from Subaru to use a brand new one. You know, like I don't know, like I don't know if they just chose they like chose that one specifically, or like was it a budgetary concern because it was half the price of a brand new one and they could find replacements if they cracked it up. Like I don't
know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get my phone to stand up while being plugged in here.
Hey Jacob, what were you saying about that one, Baby Driver?
Oh, I was just saying, I totally forgot. I saw an ad for it on YouTube, I think, or something, and watched it, and I totally forgot about that movie.
Yeah, I mean it's not a huge budget like Hollywood thing. I think it's like not really an independent film, but I think it had a lower budget, but they've got some big actors in it still. So
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool. Another one that was kind of on like a somewhat low budget or whatever was the hell was it? It also had a Subaru in it.
Are you talking about Born to Race?
Yeah. I can't believe I forgot it, but yeah, that's
There was
the one.
there was Born to Race and there was Born to Race 2, where like the first one was mostly about drag racing and the kid had an STI, and then the second one they did, it was all about track driving, and they actually built a BRZ and raced it on Willow Springs.
Yeah.
They were pretty decent movies. I mean, you could tell they're low. You could tell they're low budget, but I mean they weren't bad.
There was a movie just called Need for Speed where it was almost like the video game,
Yeah, that's another.
I remember
good
that one
is
too.
Need for
I was just
Speed.
gonna mention that, but I was gonna say that it was terrible.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
cool to watch, but the storyline is just really, really corny.
It was trash. It was a really trash movie.
I liked it.
Nah, that was literally like that was when they were trying to compete with the new Fast and Furious movies, and all they were doing is throwing expensive cars at the screen and wrecking them, and it was like let's jump a Lamborghini from one skyscraper
didn't
to
they-
another one.
Didn't they crash like a brand new Koenigsegg in the Need for Speed movie?
It was a kit car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't
I kinda
actually
figured
use
it would
They
be.
probably used the real Koenigsegg's for like just sitting there. But when they were driving, they were just put together cars. Do you really think they're gonna wreck a Koenigsegg? For a
No,
movie?
absolutely not.
Koenigsegg would be like, He'd be
Unless
like,
they paid for
hell
it.
no.
I think even if they paid for it, they'd probably be like, "Yo, you're not crashing our car."
Yeah.
No.
Like you're not gonna crash it on purpose. I mean, accidental is understandable. Well, to a point. But
Yeah, unless you're not being something like stupid with it.
yeah. But purposely crashing it for a movie? Oh, hell no.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo,
Any
guys, I
other,
probably got
movies you guys think are good that have cars in them?
There's a lot, but I can't think of any right this second.
Days
I
of
know
Thunder
one
was
movie that has
kind of favorite.
cars in it, but it's
Days
not
of
really
Thunder?
about cars.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Tom
That wasn't
Cruise
that
one
bad.
where
That's
he
not
was
bad. It's a
in
NASCAR
NASCAR?
movie, but
Yeah.
So
No
random.
cars.
So
They're
random.
hey, if we're gonna bring NASCAR up, you might as well put Talladega Nights in there too.
Yeah,
All right,
there you
Talladega
go.
Nights was amazing, but it wasn't about cars at all.
Yeah, it was more or less like a shitty comedy, pretty much.
Oh, it was amazing.
There's so much cringe in that movie, though.
Talladega Nights was about NASCAR as much as Ron Burgundy was about being a weatherman.
Lovely comparison.
Yeah, you know.
William Gannon says Death Race was a pretty mint.
Oh yeah, Death Race was
Don't
good.
bring the mints up in here.
Yeah, no mints in this chat.
He also said, let's talk about how Mustangs can't leave a car meet without hitting a crowd of people or crashing.
I can
Why don't we just?
thinking mine to 3 and didn't kill anybody.
Did we have to go there?
I mean,
Hey,
what?
the reason why it's always Mustangs is because there's so many of them out there and they're so obtainable, the shitty drivers get a hold of them easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably true.
It's not the car, it's the driver. I mean, there's probably stories of Camaros wrecking, but nobody put those up on the internet.
You know, Gone in 60 Seconds wasn't that bad of a car movie.
Oh, yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds. That's an awesome one.
I mean, you know.
That's a good
It's
call.
about stealing cars, but
Yeah.
But cars. Now that you brought that one up, the Italian Job just came to mind. I
I
don't know
haven't
if any of you saw
actually
that
seen
one.
that one, actually.
You've never seen the Italian Job?
Nope.
That wasn't a bad car movie.
Didn't they have, like, Mini Coopers or something?
Yeah, it was all like Mini Coopers.
Explains why I haven't seen
I'm trying to remember.
it. I'm sorry.
All right,
I have to say
my
it.
friend's got a running poll going. So everybody except JA, is a Mini a sports car?
Oh, my. Hell no.
Not the BMW, only the old ones. BMW ones are junk.
Ha.
A Mini is a street legal go kart.
Okay, and what is it, Zach?
Yeah.
What is a Mini a sports
I
car?
wouldn't say it's.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks,
I would
everybody.
say no.
Yeah, Mini's not a sports car.
They can't be. I
You might
mean,
be able to call it a go-kart, but not a sports car.
Yeah, like is a Miata a sports car? Kind of, but not really.
Okay, so another thing that William says is James Bond, not a car movie, but they still had some. I'm going to replace his word with nice cars. Not trash talking about how you talk. I just don't like saying the word mint, and it just doesn't make sense to me. A mint is something you stick in your mouth to freshen your breath. That's that's just my opinion. But yeah, do we have any questions from the comments, or should I just pick another topic from the phone? Unless any of you guys have an interesting car topic.
No, I actually should probably got to get going pretty soon because I got to pack because I'm headed home tomorrow.
There you go.
Headed home. Aren't you home?
Nah, fam, I'm still at college. This is my last day as an RA. I'm here just, I got to make sure everybody moves out tomorrow, the last people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So does everybody else want to stay to continue, or?
I mean, I'm good if people stay.
I'm down for whatever. I'm not doing anything.
Jacob, how about you?
I can stay.
All right. Well, we'll see you later then, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll be around for
You'll
just a
leave for a
minute,
little
but I got to head soon.
Oh, you're not leaving yet?
Yeah, I got a few minutes, but.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you had to leave now. Actually, you know what? Since William brought up like the James Bond movies, what do you guys think was the best car they ever used in a James Bond movie? I'm gonna go ahead and say DBS. I love that car. I love the way it sounds. I love how it comes with the manual, and especially in the color they used.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
I mean, also the DB5 was also really good looking too.
Yeah, I mean the classic DB5. I might also, yeah, I mean the Lotus that could go underwater was pretty friggin' badass.
Yeah.
Any other votes on that one?
I think I only ever saw one of the 007 movies. I had to go to on this one.
I mean, the Vanquish that Pierce Brosnan used in one of them was pretty nice too. One of the older model Vanquishes. That was nice too. Okay,
Yeah.
back to more car-related shit. William Gannon brought up another cool car, the Knight Rider car. Kit?
Yeah.
But was it a cool car? Was it really?
Hey, I kind of thought it was cool.
No, I'm just messing around.
Oh, he says Dukes of Hazzard also. That's a good one. Generally.
Yeah. And then you gotta throw in the DeLorean there too.
Yeah, true, DeLorean.
Back to the Future with the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Now you're getting in all like the movie cars and
That
stuff,
the
like famous
Speedo
movie cars.
literally had a sticker on it so that he could actually go 85. Or 88, I mean. Yeah, you had to have a.
Yeah,
they
gotta
had to
go
put
88.
stickers on the Speedo so that they could actually go 88 in the movie.
We gotta throw Kirby in there and do the Love Bug.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, Jacob?
The Love Bug, little Volkswagen.
Oh, boy.
Okay, yeah. Which movie you return to, like the real old ones or the ones with Lindsay Lohan?
The old ones.
Yeah, who's Lindsay Lohan? Oh my god.
Some drug addict.
Yeah,
That
see, I
used to
would've.
be a decent actor and now is words I won't say.
She's doing fine.
Who's the hottest thing on earth, man?
I know what happened. Then the
And
drugs
then
kicked
what
in.
happened?
Downward spiral?
Yeah, then the drugs
Then
kicked in.
what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. Is there any other like good car movies out there other than the ones we've talked about? Because 99% of the ones we've talked about, I've heard of.
There's a lot of really good car movies, but they're mostly older. Like you have to go back into the 60s, 70s, 80s to get the really good car movies. Like,
Yeah, like if you watch
Well,
like Bullet.
actually, this one can't really be considered a car movie, but the chase scene is legendary for a lot of people.
Bullet.
Yeah, Bullet.
that's- also Vanishing Point.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I don't think I've
That
heard
one features a Dodge Challenger the whole time. It's this guy running from the cops, and he's like communicating with a pirate radio station who's like helping him keep informed of where the cops are. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty badass movie actually. Let me see, what does he drive? 1971 was the movie. Apparently, there's a Jaguar E-Type convertible in it too, so that makes it a good car movie automatically, right?
There you go.
And a motorcycle. White 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 440 Magnum. And he has to deliver it to San Francisco by Monday. And he's leaving when? Leaving Friday from Denver, Colorado.
Damn.
I don't know.
Sounds interesting. William Gannon said Taxi. Is that a movie? Because I hope he's not talking about
That was
actual Taxi or something else.
Taxi was a TV show, wasn't it?
It was a movie.
Oh, was
the
it?
movie with
That was the one where it like
and
supercar, I think.
like yeah, some little Death Proof.
Death Proof. Never heard of that one.
Death Proof. It was a you guys, that guy that works with Quentin Tarantino a bunch, and they did like Grindhouse together. Kurt Russell, and he drives a Nova in part of it, and the girl ends up driving a Charger RT. He's trying to catch her and kill her, and
Fuck is
she's
this
like
train?
running away.
Good lord. Okay, for some reason there's 3 of me now.
3 of you? There's one. Yeah, my phone keeps telling me that you're leaving and coming back.
It's because the damn computer keeps having issues and I have to exit it and then rejoin it on the computer. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Now
I just said you
there's
left again.
Thank Jesus.
Yeah, I said you left again.
Yeah, that's because the 3rd me left.
Yeah, you gotta stop multiplying, dude.
Pretty much. Any other good car movies? Because
Yo, y'all gotta watch Vanishing Point. I'm reading the Wikipedia article here, and this shit is insane. He's literally just doing a challenge to drive 1,200 miles in a day in a Challenger Magnum, and he meets a I don't even know, a woman who rides a motorcycle nude. He's being helped by a blind black soul radio station jockey evading the cops, and he I don't even know, almost gets held up at gunpoint by a gay couple heading to San Francisco and throws him out of the car. Takes some pills from some guy in the desert to stay awake. I don't even know. This movie sounds insane. I just remember it featured a Dodge Challenger.
damn,
Yeah.
sounds exhilarating.
Oh, we should all watch that and report back. Break.
Alright.
Yeah,
Movie
I
guide.
don't have any money to get the movie, so I can't.
Money? Who are you?
I ain't doing no illegal shit.
There's a Vanishing Point trailer on YouTube.
Yeah. Now I can just watch that later. And see what that's about. And then I'll probably want to watch the fucking movie and then
Honestly, I like that. It sounds really good.
yeah, it does. Hey, good thing we talked about it on a live stream. So then if I'm like, oh, wonder what the fuck movies they talked about that would be good ones. Oh yeah, replay the live stream. Voila, there's the answers.
Through and start taking notes.
Because that's one thing there is not enough of is car movies that aren't like some fucked up action movie with like tanks or submarines, and I'm not firing shots at a certain movie franchise.
A lot of new ones, but they're mostly like really low budget and hard to find.
Yeah, honestly, race movies, they came out in what?
They're pretty
They were
recent.
like
The Born to Race movies.
2011 was the first one, and I
Yeah, they're
didn't find
pretty.
these till like 2014.
Yeah, they're pretty recent movies.
Well, not too recent, but I mean, like they just need to make a really good car movie that's like about cars and not some bullshit.
That's the problem, though. It won't sell to the public.
I think it would do.
That.
I think it would do good with all the car guys.
Well, it would, but I mean, that's not gonna. How many car guys or car girls are gonna be in a community that are gonna be watching a movie that comes out? It's gonna be a small percentage compared to what the general public would do, and that's pretty much why the Fast and the Furious movies changed the way they did.
Yeah,
Because
true.
the general public is gonna want guns and explosions and all that bullshit. So that's just how it is.
You ever see the Sultan RS in GTA? That's my favorite concept car, mixture of Lexus AS300 and Subaru WRX. I always thought the damn thing just looked like a fucking Subaru WRX STI. That's my opinion.
Which one? Which car? The Sultan?
The
The Sultan RS and GTA, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. So in GTA 4, not 5, if you could find the Sultan, they had the Sultan STD, which is the Sultan Tuning Division, also known as sexually transmitted disease. And if you went and looked on the wing of the car too, because it looked just like an STI on the wing, it had the STD in like the red STI font. So funny, because of course STI stands for sexually transmitted infection now. So they called it
Yeah.
the Sultan STD, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, that was my favorite car in that game, just because it was basically an STI, and it was quick and it handled well. So I was like, why not, right?
Yeah, like I know in 5 it's the Sultan RS, but to me it looked like the STI to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much an STI with like some hints of Evo and like a little bit of other like luxury-ish stuff. Because
Like I know when I used to play that game, there was a big old debate what the fuck the car was. I was like, it's a fucking STI, shut the fuck up.
yeah, it was their rally car for the game. It replaced the Sentinel
Yeah.
of the old games, because it used to be that the Mafia drove a Sentinel, which was like a BMW, and then they changed it to the Sultan. So they were like driving the cool tuner cars now.
Yeah. True. Okay, since we're talking about games, what do you guys think are some really good like car games?
Oh, like, are we talking like
Car
simulator racing
games?
or like free roam kind of thing?
Both.
I mean,
Yo,
I've always been a fan
Burnout
of the,
Revenge is one of my favorite.
yeah, Burnout's
Honestly,
always been
one
a
of
good
my
series.
favorite racing games was Need for. I don't know why I just like that game so much.
Hey, so wait, Need for Speed, the new one?
The Run. It was the one before
Oh, the Run.
Rivals.
I mean, I have the Run. I mean, it was a pretty good. It was fun.
The old underground games were really cool. I miss those.
Yeah, I miss playing those on PS. Like literally, I never used to be a muscle car person whatsoever because how I got into cars was Too Fast, Too Furious, and Need for Speed on PS2, and those were all, race mobiles.
Same here. Does
So-
anybody remember that there was an old online game? It was like Drag Racer V3 or something.
Yes, I used to
Hell
love that
yeah!
game. I used to
Hell
love it.
It's still on. I found it like it was a few months ago now, but I remembered the game and I was like, now I gotta go play it. And I sat down and played it for like 3 hours straight.
That was always a good game. We always used to play it in school when we weren't supposed to, but it was always so worth it.
Yeah. There was a new version they made for mobile and then it got taken down, the good one, and now they have some new one up and it's trash and it's got like all this DLC crap you gotta buy. But
Yeah.
there's Racing Rivals is all right now. It's similar, and then there's
Like if we're talking about like phone games, there's this one called Nitro Nation that I play sometimes.
Yeah.
That one's actually a pretty good one on iOS. I don't know if they have it on Android or anything, but
I don't know, the one that I play on mine is that CSR2.
yeah.
That was not too bad. I mean, the sound in it is absolute trash, but like the actual playing of the game and modding the cars is fun.
Yeah, Racing Rivals is all right, but it gets frustrating after a while because it's so easy to hack that game. People do like pink slip races and take all your cars. And
Yeah.
that's kind of why I gave up on that fucking game. Because literally, what the fuck car did I have? I think I
No,
had
I'm not
like a
gonna lie.
fucking 70 Charger or something. And that thing was, I had it upgraded, I think, all the way and was going up against this one car. Somehow this motherfucker lagged his way to the win, and I'm like,
Yep.
I was pissed.
Yeah,
I just lost my goddamn Charger that I took forever to freaking upgrade. I was pissed.
Yo, I always tell people the original Gran Turismo, like all the Gran Turismo games are like real racing, but if you play the original Gran Turismo, you actually will learn a lot about cars if you try. And like literally the instruction booklet that came with the PlayStation 1 disc in the old jewel case, it wasn't a thing about how to play the game. The instruction booklet taught you how to drive a race car. It literally told you the proper methods to take corners and how to cut them and how to take S's, what suspension tuning and gearing did.
Jesus.
Like, it taught you how to drive a race car, but it didn't tell you how to do it in-game. It just told you the real shit, and then you applied it in-game. So it was like hilarious because I didn't actually read that manual until like a few years back when I was playing Gran Turismo 1 again. I was like, holy shit, this just tells you how to properly drive a car.
I don't think I ever played the first one, but I know I used to play 6 on PS3 a lot.
I mean, they're all pretty good, but like the original has something special about it, and a lot of people love like number 3. I think was the favorite, but obviously the new ones, 5 and 6 are good.
I played the most of Gran Turismo 4.
Yeah,
That was the one I played the most of. But
I
I
might
was
have had
always
one
into
of the
the other
Gran
ones.
Turismos for PS2, but I don't remember which one it was. That was years ago.
yeah, they had like 4 and A spec, or 3 and A spec. Whatever.
I liked 3, but I feel like 3 was like the hardest to earn like money and like mod your car,
Yeah.
Like that was literally the hardest one to try to like get money to mod your car and like get other cars and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still a
I
good
know
game
on
though.
6, I was pretty good at racing. I mean, shit. I drifted a C6 Z06 without using the brake at all. Just used the brake and the steering.
I just remember the first game is what got me into the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Of course, and that it was called the GTO Twin
Yeah.
Turbo. But that was like the easiest car to get mad horsepower out of. So you would like, it would cost like quite a bit in the game, but you could get it up to like 996 horsepower because you'd upgrade both the turbos and put a huge intercooler on it and all sorts of crazy shit. It was like so badass.
Yeah.
900 horsepower, freaking Mitsubishi. Oh man.
I know, like the Forza games for Xbox are pretty good too.
I don't know
Yeah,
why. Anytime I've touched a Forza game, they just made me want to throw something.
They're more, I don't know, Forza, every time I played it, it feels more arcadey than it would be like more simulation.
Yeah, I don't get
I
it.
feel-
It's like because even like the serious ones are supposed to be super realistic, and like they do the cool thing with like where you can actually use like a clutch and change gears. But when I play it, I'm like, my car turns better than this fucking car. What's going on here?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, I feel like the
I've
physics
only
just
played
weren't there with
Forza,
those games.
Like, once because I was
Yeah.
at my friend's house playing it. The only car I really drove was the Cobra R. I drove the shit out of that thing.
Nice.
Yeah. There were only 2 games that I really, because I don't game that much anymore, but there was 2 I used to play because I always did PC stuff, and the one was the NASCAR 2003, the last one Papyrus made. That was super realistic, especially for being so old. And then there was one called Street Legal Racing, Redline. And that has a huge.
I miss the old NASCAR games because you could do so much in them compared to like the new ones they'd be coming out. The new NASCAR games are shit.
Yeah, the Papyrus ones only came out for the PC, and they are so realistic that I believe it was Dale Jr. and Martin Truex Jr. used them pre-race to practice.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, obviously we're talking about realistic
And,
racing games. The new
I
dirt
noticed
rally
Levi
games.
finally got here, so Levi, you
I played that dirt rally game. That was actually like really hard. That was a good
Yeah,
game
for sure.
though.
I got back from the party.
Okay, let's let Levi introduce his channel real quick before we get much farther. For people that don't know who he is, so
I'm Levi the Foxy.
well, explain what your
I'm
channel's
gonna-
about, Fox Boy.
Okay, so there's gonna be furry videos that are coming soon, and I'm also gonna have some automotive content. And I'm supposed to be, was supposed to upload a new automotive video a few days ago, but I never did that
Why not?
because I'm a lazy dumbass.
That's one way to put it. Okay, back to the topic at hand.
Wait, what kind of car video were you supposed to put out?
Well, there was a bunch of them that I was supposed to put out. There was supposed to be one on the new Prelude. There's supposed to be one, on a Corvette that hopefully I'll get in like a few years.
Well, get off your ass, son. I've got a lot too. I literally have a backlog of probably 20 hours of videos to make.
Videos, I still have
Yeah.
nothing for Monday yet. I'll still have to come up with Monday's video, so I'm still working on it.
Roger that. Yo, guys, I'm going to head out now.
All right, later, Aaron.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, everybody.
Good to
Nice to
meet
meet you, Zach, and what was the other guy's name?
Nick.
Nick? Yeah.
Nick. Yes, I could have known that from the title of his channel, Nick GT. Wait, oh yeah, I got to ask, why is it GT350R if you want a BRZ?
I told him that before is because it's like, first I made the channel name when I was like 14 because that's what I wanted, a GT350R.
Fair.
But like, so it's always been a dream car. I never really changed the channel name for it, so
Also fair.
I'm just kind of gonna leave it until it sticks and until I buy one. So which
I
probably
was
won't
going to
be
say,
ever,
or
but-
until you get a 350R, because that's
Yeah.
still a pretty sick car.
Exactly.
No doubt.
How many of those 350Rs did they make? Because I know they made less than the regular 350.
1,500, I think. I don't know.
Is that the flat plane crank one?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Correct.
That's like one of the only Mustangs I would want.
Yeah.
I want.
Cool. All right. Nice to meet you guys. Catch you later.
Yeah,
Good to
take
meet you.
care.
Yep, later.
My.
Yeah, speaking of Mustangs, one thing I've noticed is Ford's been pretty secret about what they're coming out with next for their next performance model because they really only have 2. While
Actually,
Chevy
there's
has
some-
how many now?
It's
Chevy
probably
and
going to
Dodge
be.
have so many performance models right now compared to Ford right now. It's like, Ford, where are they at? Let's go.
I feel like they're probably going to revive the GT 500, but it's not going to be supercharged. I feel like it's going to be like a twin turbo EcoBoost.
Like I've heard they're bringing back a Cobra, also.
Did you remember when the new generation Mustangs were coming out? They were also rumoring a Mach 1. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, they're rumoring a Mach 1 right now too.
Yeah, they were doing that when they first came out. When they came out with that new version of it, they were rumoring a Mach 1.
Like I actually did a video because like now there's rumors about a Mach 1 coming out for an S550 also.
That
But I
would be
made
cool.
a video about it because there was a Mustang Spide that has like a scoop in it, like you know the 03
Yeah.
04 Mark 1's had.
Yeah, like they had the I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it first either. But yeah, it had one of those on an S550 body that was camoed up and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
So I did a video about that. If you want, check it out. It's on my channel. It's old, so my quality is a little bit dog shit, but but it still has some
It
good
happens.
information in it. And there's also been leaked photos of a S550 Bullet Mustang also.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I did a video on that too. You should check it out. That's actually my most viewed video. With
Is it
like
really?
Viewed video is
6
the
point,
fire
it's like
alarm for.
6.5K views or something. So not bad on views there. Man,
My
now,
most
have you
viewed
guys heard
video is a
about
fire
like the
alarm for.
Supra that's coming out and goddamn notifications knocking my shit over.
Actually, I logged into my Instagram and there's like 55 new notifications.
That doesn't surprise me. I can imagine how many mine would have if I ever logged out of it. Like hell, when I wake up, good God, there's so many. There's so many notifications on my phone, period, in the morning.
Yeah.
Who's playing with an RC car?
What?
Sounds like somebody was playing with an RC car.
What RC car?
That's what it sounded like at first.
I'm playing with my Gran Turismo 6.
Why are you playing video games while on the stream? Like, come on. Just because we were talking about video games earlier,
What do
doesn't mean you gotta play them.
What do you have, a racing wheel?
Yeah.
Which wheel do you have?
Well, I can show you. This is what I have.
Oh shit. I have a G27 I use with mine.
I remember back when I had
Ooh.
PS2, my aunt got me a wheel for it. Good God. It didn't have, like, you could not, like, stick it to something. It had these crappy little stick things that stick to a table. That shit was always moving.
Which
the
one?
pedals were always moving. The steering was so fucking bad,
That's
it was
funny.
easier to drive a fucking car.
Yeah.
It was
I had a
terrible.
steering wheel back in the day that was awful. But I got the.
I want to get
Harley
like a better
G9
wheel with.
now.
You have a
real
steering
shit.
wheel now, butthead.
I know, no, but I'm saying like I had one back when like NASCAR 04 was out or something. It was trash. But I just got a Logitech G9.
Yeah, like the older ones were just shit.
One PS2.
Oh my God. William in the comments is roasting Mustangs right now. He's like, the new Mustang
Speaking of
needs a rubber
Mustangs, I
bumpers
went-
for safety reasons. Rubber bumpers. really?
Actually, I went to a Ruby Tuesday today, and there was a yellow SN95 out in the parking lot, badge on the back. So I tell my mom, hey, he's got a fake Cobra badge on and he left his car on. And then I did not know this, but the owner of the Mustang was literally at the desk.
Oops.
So how do you know it was a fake Cobra badge, though?
Because it had GT, like it had a GT bumper, it had GT badges on the sides. It only had like the Cobra badge and like the back.
You mean the SVT?
It didn't have, I don't know, it didn't have, I don't think it had SVT on it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Must be some jackass that don't know jack shit about Mustangs.
Yeah.
I like
But
seeing the
William, I don't know how rubber bumpers would help Mustangs because it's the force of impact, not what the bumper's made of. That's kind of different. All damn notifications.
You have no idea how bad my notifications are. I get them like 24/7.
Like, I don't mind them, but when I have the phone propped up and it vibrates, the phone falls over.
Exactly.
William Gannon
I have
says,
to
has anyone noticed that how Camrys always have a dent in the
one
bumpers?
hand with this phone and then have to shift and steer with this hand.
Good Lord. Did you guys hear what I said the question in the comments was?
Not at all.
What's that?
William Gannon says, has anyone noticed how Camrys always have a dent in the bumpers?
Yes and no. So, I mean, it depends on the
I
driver.
mean, it depends. Did the fucker wreck it? Did they not wreck it?
Also depends on where you
A lot of
live.
fucked up. Yeah, like
I
how
didn't
many
have as
guardrails
much
have they
cars as I
hit?
thought. I don't have as much cars as I thought, but it's still a shit ton. 99 cars in my garage.
I bet you wish it was that way in real life.
Oh hell yeah. See, there's like, look at this list. There's so many of them. It just goes on forever.
Jeez. Good Lord. What is that, 6?
Yeah, it's 6.
I had 6 on my PS3 when I had it.
Yeah, like, did you
I
ever
was always
try to
drifting
put
the
the
C6 Z06 around, the fuck was that track? Willow Springs, but I didn't use the handbrake. Like, literally, because the C6 Z06 is almost 50-50 weight distribution. You don't need the handbrake. Like, I
So
actually
my
kind of got
friend is
the
gonna be
idea
getting a
from that
Mustang.
Top Gear USA episode where Tanner Fouls drifted on-ramp without touching the handbrake. I literally just slam on the brakes in the game, turn the wheel, and then floor it, and voila, I'm sliding.
I may or may not have actually done that.
No, probably not.
No, I have.
Oh, sure. If I still had that game, I could probably still beat you.
Drive, so I
I
can't do
still
anything.
had that.
Like the first time I actually did a drift tournament in this, like I used the Prelude, which was a stupid idea because it's front wheel drive.
Drifting a Prelude, good God. I don't know how well that would work.
It's terrible. I know why nobody drifts front wheel drive cars.
Okay. William Gannon has a question. Well, statement/question. He says, I own a 2002 Honda Accord VTEC. Opinions on this? Laugh out loud. Costs $500 and runs good and no problems.
VTEC
If it's
Continuo.
Well,
It was
I mean,
the
if it's your
2002
first
Accord.
car, who gives a shit? It was $500, if that was what you were saying, if it's your first car. If it's $500 and it works and runs, you're good.
Yeah, anything that runs good and has no problems for $500 is worth every penny.
Yeah, pretty much. But like,
Every
if
single
you're
time.
wanting something performance-wise, you got the wrong car.
Well, for day-to-day
So-
transportation, it's gonna be crazy though. I mean, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about turbocharging the Accord when I get it.
I thought you were getting a Prelude. Make up your mind.
Well, I am gonna buy a Prelude. End of story. But the car that I am gonna be getting, which is almost nothing I can do about it, is a 96 Accord. Like, the reason why I said Prelude first is because the Accord was stolen and then it was totaled. And now all of a sudden the car's back and it's running fine.
But you just said it was totaled.
I know, like I
I'm
thought
confused
it was
now.
I know.
Like, how is a totaled car fine?
I don't know.
I mean, you could always take a
she
total
still
car
has
and buy it back,
She's still
That's
my
how my
car's
golf
still driving it.
and then it just gets an R title.
Okay.
Well, I still don't know if I really want to turbocharge it or not. Like, maybe turn it into a sleeper. I don't know. What do you think I should do?
You could always just swap an LS1 in that bitch and make it a sleeper.
That's
Good point. But I kind of want to keep the original motor in there.
Okay, then just put a
And
turbo
I don't
or
even know
something on it. And
I don't even know if an LS would fit in that motherfucker.
probably not. I don't know. I don't know if it's ever been done either. So hey, an LS does fit in a Willys Jeep. So I mean, if an LS can fit in a Willie's Jeep, I'm sure it can fit in.
It was a complete bitch to get this Viper white stripes.
Well, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of like that version of the Viper where it has those little, I don't know what the hell front end to call that. But my favorite generation Viper is between like the one the JR Garage has and like the new ones. The first
I just like them all.
generation, I'm like, eh.
I just like them all.
Okay, Corvette or Viper?
Corvette.
I knew that was coming.
Why would
That's
you?
what 99% of us picked, except like Jacob.
I've been trying to get one in this game, but I had my mind focused on all other cars. Like I still don't know why I bought the Civic, and I don't do anything.
So, anybody else got any other good topics? Because I can tell the stream's starting to die a little bit.
Neat.
Well, it's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah, geez. Yeah, I guess we should end it
Like
here.
how
We can
mu-
still talk afterwards though, if you guys want. But
Let's talk about this afterwards, shall we?
all right, thanks everybody for joining. We will have another podcast sometime next week. Check the channel for updates on that because I'll have it set up to where you can see when the next one's supposed to be. Sometime next week. Don't know with who. And hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And hold up. There's a comment. I don't know what the fuck that means, but we'll see you guys in the next podcast.